So James really like that, huh? I guess James is nice like that.
He's special, man. He's special.
Y'all both got his name on your tag, so he must be.
I did not coordinate it either.
I know, not at all.
That was the first thing going through both of our minds.
Great minds think alike, I guess. So good stuff there. Excited to talk about Dodger baseball. It's off to a good start. Excited what we're seeing from all our guys. As you can see in the tag, both the Dodgers youth, as we have some great youth, and James Outman and others included, are looking great for the season. And the elders, and hopefully if they see, they don't get too mad at that. But some of the older guys, Noah Syndergaard and JD Martinez, Jason Hayward, and others are looking good as well, who are our best in the game and finding life again here in LA. So good stuff with it all. We're back for our third episode here with Jake Gould yet again. Appreciate him for joining us this week. Excited to continue talking with him as always. And excited to talk about Dodger baseball. So again, with this being the third episode, we'll jump into it. Before we start, as we say, make sure you like, rate, review, subscribe, comment, share, all that stuff. Any positive reaction you want to give to us, we appreciate it all. Jumping into it. As you guys both have, James Outman has been put on the show so far. So tell me about him and how things are going with our Dodgers right now.
Yeah, you want to start off, Jake? Yeah,
I mean, look, this is a guy that, when the Dodgers were making those decisions about, do we move on from Cody Bellinger? There was a span where the Dodgers were churning out Rookie of the Year, Corey Seager, Rookie of the Year, Cody Bellinger.
Yep.
And everyone was like, hold on, what are they doing? Why can't they don't want to pay for these players anymore? But I think people forget this is a big market team that's run by a guy in Andrew Friedman, who is at his core, small market, stock up the farm system, develop players, find guys with a few MLB type of skill sets, and then develop the rest to be versatile players who can play all over, find those good athletes, and turn them into good ball players. James Outman, I played against him in football.
Oh, really?
This dude was a stud at middle linebacker.
Okay.
Middle linebacker?
Okay.
Yes.
He's really like that. He's really like that.
East and West. Played tight end. I mean, the kid can move.
Okay.
And we're talking about, okay, you don't bring back Cody Bellinger. All right, you must be thinking you're gonna get some power somewhere. Outman's showing he can hit it out.
Yeah.
You must be thinking you can get some athleticism somewhere. Well, from James Outman, there's been some, and then from Jason Hayward making diving catches.
Quick question. Where you go, Jason? For Outman, where you go to high school?
He went to Sarah San Mateo, so where Tom Brady went. So like that was like
that's cool.
We had a home and home series with them my senior year, and then the next year my brother, who was a year below me, they went up and played them.
Okay.
But man, dude was a good player. It's translating so far. It's super early. We always got to know that baseball is a long season. Guys go through peaks and valleys. Eventually, a scouting report is developed, and you start to figure out, like, hammer them low and inside, or doesn't like the pitch hot up and in.
Sure.
Those types of things end up coming to light. But early returns, you gotta love it.
Earliest of returns, his first at bat.
Yeah. the absolute earliest of returns, and I think that's where I've got some confidence in the fact that these kids in any other organization would have been playing a while ago, but they've been sitting and waiting behind some dudes.
Yeah.
They've been getting good at bats, and the culture is solid. And as long as you can get your Freddie Freemans healthy, staying on the field, your JD Martinez filling the gap of a Justin Turner, Mookie being Mookie, then it's Vargas's time. It's Outman's time. It's these kids can play if you let them.
Right.
So I'm intrigued with it. And again, with Jason Hayward, the reclamation projects, the Noah Syndergaard type of projects. Alec, what have you been seeing?
Yeah, I think to your point about the youth and how good these guys are, and like I think they also have to have a lot of mental toughness too, because they could be everyday starters on a lot of other teams, and a lot of times the Dodgers take like a bit of a platoon approach where like Outman's not hitting against left-handed pitchers, like he's not starting against left-handed pitchers, that kind of thing. So you're not getting the everyday start, but you got to be ready for every opportunity that you get. And he was good enough, I thought, in the stint that he had in that, I guess, 10-game stretch, or 10-day stretch, it might have been, last year to stay with the team. But once Chris Taylor was healthy again, they brought Chris Taylor up and they sent him back down to AAA, and he finished out the year in AAA. Go for it, G.
Just a quick question to your point. As Jake pointed to, having a season that's 1,000 games long, how important is being an everyday starter for these guys? Does it really matter that much, or knowing that you can be rotated in, wouldn't that be better health wise to not have to play as much?
For some guys, it definitely matters who are trying to make their money. Like think of Kike Hernandez, who we didn't retain, and he played a utility role for us. Like he played every position except catcher, or was that the only position he didn't play? I think.
Yeah, I mean he's all over the place. Yeah,
right. So guys like that who know they have the talent to be able to play in an everyday role, but aren't necessarily getting it because the Dodgers typically have been loaded at pretty much every position. I think it does matter to those guys who are seeking to hit those bonus marks, seeking to get those big paydays, and seeking to get more playing time. I think it does matter for those guys for sure, even though it is 1,000 games long, as you said.
Got it.
What did you say?
I said, yeah, you can go ahead from there. That's all I want to know.
For sure. But yeah, I think with OUTman and Vargas, I think he's had half of his at bats, he's gotten a walk. Like his eye for the ball has been phenomenal. His understanding of the strike zone, he's like over 700 on base percentage right now. So the Dodgers continue to develop these really talented guys, as Jake pointed out to. The farm system continues to be elite. We've got Gavin Lux, who unfortunately is probably going to miss the entire season with the ACL injury. But we've seen continuously they continue to churn out these really talented young players. And I guess they've kind of taken a Golden State Warriors approach in a sense of rebuilding, even though it's not rebuilding, but bringing up the young guys at the same time as acquiring these vets and some of these reclamation projects, as Jake called them.
Yeah, like reloading, I guess. Yeah, really.
Exactly.
It's not really, yeah.
Developing the young guys while reloading with all-star talent or veterans that maybe have seemed to lost a little bit of a step or something. But the Dodgers see little tweaks that they can make. Maybe it's tweaking their swing a little bit. Their approach at the plate. And then they've been able to squeeze every bit of juice out of some of these vets. And they've now acquired JD Martinez, who has had a dip in his power, but has still been a great hitter for average. And he's been crucial in driving in some runs already this season. And you mentioned Jason Hayward. Already's got his second home run of the year. And he is someone who was a elite prospect when he came into the game and had some really sensational years, but then has had a bit of a dip, hitting in the low 200s in later seasons, and had injuries and that kind of thing. But he's already reaping some of the benefits of being in this Dodger blue with our development team. So yeah, I think it's been awesome to see Albert Pujols, someone else they brought in who had a little bit of juice left in his swing. They'll only batted him against lefties, but he was great for us in that run. So yeah, it's been awesome to see the young guys blossoming, as well as some of these vets getting an opportunity to show they still got it.
Yeah, shout out to the elders, man. Y'all getting it done. Appreciate y'all for this service.
And if I could add another thing too,
yeah.
Look, the Dodgers, like you said, the combination of big market tendencies with the willingness to spend, but with the small market approach to developing, and not only developing just for them to shine in their moment when they're on the team, but realizing they're developing, and other teams are just always, it's like the smart kid in class, and you got someone just looking over at their paper like, what do you do for that? Oh, him, okay. And they're watching. Yeah. And I can tell you what those interests intertwine is when you see a one-of-a-kind talent in a Shohei Ohtani, right? Mm-hmm. Who is going to command a lot of money.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of money.
Oh, yeah.
More money than...
Probably more than Trout, guys.
Yeah, I mean, just ridiculous. $500+ million, man. There's a few teams that can really go out and justify spending that kind of price tag in the offseason.
Right.
But there are a few teams also, there's even less teams that can justify not only spending that type of money, but saying, yeah, we're gonna give him that money later, but we want him now.
Mhm.
And that will still take a lot of assets to give up.
Right.
And so where a Steve Cohen of the New York Mets will say, Shohei, Blake check, you're on the team.
Yeah.
Whatever you want. The Angels, if they get any sort of inclination that they're not going to get Shohei Ohtani back and their team starts to continue to struggle, I mean, are you just going to let that type of player go without getting anything to retool your organization back? I think they would be foolish not to. Now they don't want to. They don't want to go through that. They want to keep him.
Right.
But again, who could give you really what you wanted? And I don't think there's another team really out there that could both afford to give up some talent and fork over that kind of money. And that's what the Dodgers have kind of done, where they go, okay, the Bauer situation unfolded the way it did. We still have to pay him and to not even pitch on the team.
Right.
Kind of got to get our money situated right through the luxury tax and not wanting to pay the repeater tax. But clearing the runway for, there's not as many long-term contracts. It's a lot of, young guys that are due for arbitration or on minor league, barely major league contracts, and then veterans. And then going, okay, we got the depth. It's time to say, hey, these young pitchers, right? Grove. I mean, you take your pick, right? I mean, we still haven't even really seen like some of the top dudes coming up from the Dodgers pitching staff, like that are in AA, AAA. And saying, okay, Los Angeles Angels of soon to be Long Beach or wherever you are, right? You need some pitching. You need maybe James Outman is part of a trade.
Oh, they need some pitching. They've needed that for years.
So that's the type of thing that you go, well, we're letting them play now and they're doing well in their role in a platoon. So that way the sample size, like, hey, maybe if they go and play as everyday starters, their numbers dip. But teams are optimistic about what they can get out of these players, and it makes their trade value high. So if a Shohei Ohtani comes onto the market, the Dodgers are going to do their due diligence to try to get him.
Absolutely.
Got it. So it's kind of a chess match going on right now where we're trying to show just enough. So y'all go out there for a little while, hit a little bit, do your thing, but not too much. So we make just enough of a pitch for Ohtani over there. So I can see how that plays out. See if that works. Definitely would love to have Ohtani over here. So great things there. If not, as you guys already pointed out before that, the team already is in great position. As we discussed, 4-2 already to start the season. Already considered one of the top teams in the league, and very well with the team as constructed could make another run to a championship. So we'll see how this plays out. I'm excited for the possibilities either way. So yeah, good stuff there. And any other things you want to add into it? Alec, I'll let you go with you first.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else Dodgers related that I wanted to touch on. I don't believe so.
How do you feel the team stacks up against San Diego?
I mean, I like it now. Obviously, once they add Tatis back into the mix, I think it's a pretty tough battle for sure. I think we do still have a slight edge in the pitching aspect. If Dustin May is going to continue to be as nasty as he is with that healthy arm. Kershaw still had a great debut. Granted, he was playing the Diamondbacks, but Kershaw still looks like Kershaw. He maybe lost a little bit off the fastball, but I think ultimately it comes down to your top pitchers because we've got the guys that can hit. And the issue when we get to the playoffs has been runners in scoring position and that kind of thing. But they have the talent that we've seen in the games that the Dodgers have won. They've put up, I think, like 40 runs in their 4 wins, something like that. So they have the ability to score with anyone. I think it comes down to the pitching matchups, and I think the Dodgers have the slight upper hand. So I probably would lean with the Dodgers, but I think the Padres with Tatis back are going to be a fearsome foursome with Bogarts, Machado, and Tatis, and
even Cronenworth too, man.
Yeah.
They got a whole lineup, man, and it's a good team. Can't take anything away from them.
Oh, and Soto. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah,
but yeah,
well, obviously Juan Soto too.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that guy. Yeah, yeah. Excited to see how that matchup plays out. But yeah, excited to follow this thing, however it goes, the rest of the season. So good stuff there. Hope to get to a game soon. And the last thing I'll add to that, just a quick thing to throw out to you guys. Favorite stadium you've been to? What's your favorite stadium in baseball right now?
Honestly, I haven't been to too many. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Like, I've been to Coors, not like for a game. And I've been to Chase. Chase was nice. Nothing can beat Dodger Stadium for me, just because the history there, and it's such a beautiful park. I mean, it could maybe do it with a little bit of renovation but they did the whole outfield fan experience, which was dope. So for me right now, it's still Dodger Stadium, but there's a couple others like I want to get to, like Wrigley and Fenway, some of those historic ones, as well as the Giants one. I hear great things about the Giants and the Padres too.
I'm going this weekend.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's
AT&T.
Yeah, so that'd be my first. That'd be my first time going. So I mean, I'm unafraid to like. I think Petco is beautiful. You know, everyone says AT&T is great. Like if the ballpark's great, I don't care if I don't like the team. Like it's a great ballpark. So, the Coors, another great field.
Yeah,
I love that fan experience there. The area around the stadium as well. So, but yeah, I think a lot of reason to get to Dodger Stadium right now. That's for sure. Even if it isn't the stadium itself, players are doing enough.
What about you, G?
Dodgers still is the best one. There's just the old look of the city and all of that definitely is great. But I do like the Padres one a whole lot. I like all the California ones, minus the A's one. I've been to all three of those. The A's one still got some work to do, but I think all three that we got here are great. I got to get you some more. But yeah, fun things here. Was an article posted today about the best stadiums in the league. They got the Dodgers, the Angels at 26. They got where are the Dodgers at? You seen the Dodgers yet?
I think they were in the top 10 that you had when you first pulled it up.
Well, that they had other rankings first, just on size wise.
Okay.
Dodger stadiums. Let me see if I can get to it real quick. We're getting to the top, so the guys are one of the best ones. Must be top 10. Top 10, 9.
Cardinal Stadium looks really nice too, with the arch in the background and everything.
The guys at 7. The guys at
Seattle's is nice. I mean, I didn't realize it was called T-Mobile now. I thought it was still called Safeco, but it's a beautiful ballpark.
Okay.
Yeah, the guys at 7. I'm fine with that. The parking do some work, a little stuff.
The parking. Yeah.
But yeah, top 10 being 7th spot definitely works out. I agree with it. And yeah, I think it's a beautiful stadium. I'm excited to get some more games this season with the great guys, both the youth and again the elders that we got on the team, putting out great performances there. So good stuff across the board here. Again, another great episode for you guys. We'll get out of here right now. Our third of 4 episodes with Jake here. The last one's one I'm most excited for. UFC 287 is this weekend. Sonya's fighting, Masvidal's fighting. Gonna be some great stuff. I'm excited to talk about it with Jake. He knows this stuff and can give us some insight on what's gonna go down. So great stuff here. Thank you for tuning in again. I'm glad to talk Dodgers and all that with you guys. Appreciate all the love you've been showing to us. Again, like, rate, review, comment, share, post, whatever you gotta do to show love. Appreciate all the love, and we'll get out of here, man. Appreciate y'all. Shoot again shortly. Peace, y'all.
Deuces.